All's fair in love and war, as they say, but, in the case of 90-Day Fiancés Jorge and Anfisa, war was the norm and love never seemed to be part of the equation. Jorge wasn't a blameless party in the situation, having lied to his fiancé about his debt, but Anfisa made it clear that she was only interested in being Jorge's trophy wife, flat out stating that she intended on leaving him once she got her green card. 90-Day Fiancés Anfisa was full of brash, wild quotes which only got more hilarious in retrospect. As soon as Anfisa arrived in the United States, it was clear that her relationship with Jorge wouldn't work out. Insatiably materialistic and incredibly quick to anger, she was looking to be pampered, but she wasn't necessarily interested in a romantic relationship. After essentially taking over Jorge's apartment, deleting all the contents of his phone, and changing his passwords, Jorge called Anfisa hoping to get an apology. Instead, Anfisa claimed that she had nothing to apologize for and that if he couldn't handle her behavior, he should look for another girlfriend. From the outset, Anfisa made it very clear that she was only interested in Jorge because of his claimed wealth. From her $10,000 Chanel purses to a diamond ring amounting to 5 carats and 6 digits, she was primarily interested in having her expensive appetite sated. During one episode, she's seen in a cutaway explaining how she feels about the Russian bride stereotype. While it sounds like she's going to refute the sentiment, she essentially owns it, asking, "Who would want to date a broke man, really?" Anfisa isn't a very sympathetic character, but, in this instance, her partner was definitely in the wrong. After their marriage, Jorge came clean about his debt, and Anfisa wasn't happy. She labels him an incessant liar, and Jorge tells her that she'll have to adapt to this new reality. She then retorts with, "What does that mean, adapt? Adapt to what, to your lies?" Related, 90-Day Fiancé's 10 most heartwarming couples. This may come across as an instance of the pot calling the kettle black, but, while Anfisa wasn't exactly a paragon of transparency, Jorge arguably held the more sinister secrets. On their way to a meeting, at which they were meant to prove that their relationship was working out, Anfisa and Jorge get into a fight. Anfisa was apparently meant to be giving Jorge directions as he drove, but, unprompted, she blurts out, "You went the wrong way." Jorge responds by telling Anfisa that she's not telling him where to go, and she counters with, "Well, you're not asking me." It goes without saying that the driver shouldn't have to prompt the navigator for constant updates, and, in this instance, Anfisa's outburst seemed entirely unjustified. Anfisa was known for her outlandish behavior, but one of her most egregious outbursts came when she keyed the word idiot onto the driver's side door of Jorge's SUV. When asked about it during a tell-all segment, Anfisa stated that she didn't regret it, and, when asked for a motive behind her actions, Anfisa simply stated that she had her own reasons for doing what she did. Anfisa was clear about her displeasure regarding her portrayal in 90-Day Fiancé, and, while it's true that the series is edited to enhance the drama, this doesn't seem like an easy action to defend. Ahead of an important interview, Jorge and Anfisa engage in a particularly nasty fight, though it was more or less par for the course for the tumultuous couple. Oddly enough, just before the confrontation, Anfisa announced in a voiceover that she hoped they could get through the day without fighting. Related, the 10 youngest 90-Day Fiancé cast members. "George and I have been fighting a lot lately," she said. "Hopefully we can get along today so I can pass my interview." The quote alone may come across as all that hilarious, but, given the context, it's a bit odd. Sure, they've been fighting a lot lately, but there's never been a time when they weren't fighting. At one point in the series, Jorge sneaks out to have a meeting with his lawyer, and Anfisa is absolutely livid about his sudden absence. She calls him and lets him have it, screaming, "You should have come back and told me, hey, I need to go, but you didn't, you just left." Punctuating her displeasure, she yells, "I said come back right now. Now." It's true that Jorge wasn't being completely honest with her, but she had absolutely no patience for him, and, though she may have had a right to voice her unhappiness, she was way over the top here. Moments like these cemented her status as a 90-Day Fiancé villain. Jorge and Anfisa are in a hurry to make it to a meeting, but, dysfunctional as always, they don't even make it out of the parking garage before they start arguing. Jorge needs to return to his room to retrieve his wallet and ask for the key, and, rather than simply hand it to him, Anfisa spouts, "Yes, you can have a key," promptly throwing it at his feet. In a cutaway interview segment immediately after that, Anfisa says that she's upset with Jorge's lack of punctuality. That may be an issue, but she certainly wasn't doing him any favors. The fact that Jorge and Anfisa actually went through with their short-lived marriage on 90-Day Fiancé is as mind-blowing as it is troubling. The two clearly weren't meant for each other, and the relationship was built on lies and deception stemming from both parties. Nevertheless, the two were featured on TLC yet again after they tied the knot, and when asked about it in an interview, Jorge stated that it felt good to be married to Anfisa, while giving the camera a look of emotionally drained dread. Anfisa promptly follows that up with the line, "I hate being married to Jorge," making no bones about how poorly things were going. Hours before an interview on which her future in the United States was dependent, Anfisa and Jorge got into one of their most famous arguments on the show. When her fiancé left to get his wallet, she screamed about her red makeup bag, before tossing his keys on the pavement. While anyone would be stressed before an event of such magnitude, Anfisa's feelings weren't directed in the right place. This became one of her more iconic lines, and, even today, 90 Day Fiancé fans are still joking about this huge red flag Jorge chose to ignore, her meltdown about her red makeup bag.